Okay, so I'm home now. I'm in the car. I stopped for Starbucks on the way home. Hey guys, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in to Danielle Banda TV. I'm Danielle Banda, and today is a really exciting adventure. I am at the TV station for like the first time in 4 weeks. I have been quarantined because of the virus. Quarantine is still going on. The virus stuff is still not over, but we have work to do here. So yeah, let's see how this goes, you guys. I'm happy to be back at work though. So now I'm just walking inside the building and walking to my office, and there's a lot of construction going on right now. So sorry if you hear the noise. We're remodeling the TV station. And then what I was doing was just kind of talking to my photographer, catching up on where we left off from before quarantine. Alright guys, I have my mask, I have my gloves, and we're here just logged off after logging on. Yeah, I'm trying to vlog today. So much going on and so much noise, but basically we're walking to the TV or to the unit to pack up our equipment and get ready to go to our shoot, and it's gonna be a good production. Just us two. Alright you guys, we are in the vehicle right now. My film partner is packing up the last of the unit. We have all of our equipment. We are headed to the Upper Valley. We're going to do some interviews there. We have to remember to maintain our distance, keep our masks on, keep our gloves on, and yeah, it should be good. We're going to be talking about a food drive that's really going to help a lot of people here. Do you need help? Do you need help?
I hit my head. No, okay. Those are the gloves if you need.
Okay, I brought some too for you. Yeah, and so we're gonna do some interviews, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a little weird to like be back at work and interviewing while maintaining social distance and all that stuff, but yeah, it should be good. Keep in mind you guys, I've been quarantined for 4 weeks. I have been at home, not going anywhere. I've had someone bring me groceries, a family member, and yeah, it's been crazy. Like I haven't gone anywhere at all. I've just been stocked up at home, working on things from home, editing editing and producing and checking emails and doing conference calls and stuff like that. So that has been my life for 4 weeks. So to go from that to this is a little weird, but I'm so happy because you know I love my job. I'm so happy to be back at work. And yeah, it's crazy. I have not seen my film partner either in a long time. Normally we would take two separate vehicles, but you guys, it's crazy in the news journalism world. Things are crazy, and we are holding on the best we can. But yeah, we are parked at the TV station right now, just getting the last of our things together, and then we're gonna head out, and I'm gonna take you with me along for the ride. Driving to our shoots is probably one of my favorite parts, just because you get a little bit of downtime, just kind of to enjoy the view. This is our work unit. It's usually just us two. I'll check some emails on the road, and we'll talk about what the plan is to film when we're actually at the production. But you know, we want to make sure that we're being COVID safe, and just make sure that we're prepared with all of our equipment and our talking points, and of course our guests already know what we're going to interview them about. But yeah, the drive and the arrival is just kind of the pre-production work, making sure that everything is good to go. So once we arrive on location, we're just kind of getting down the equipment, prepping, discussing what location on site would be best to actually set up the camera. In this case, we had 3 different interviews to film while on location. So we kept moving around to see what was best. I mean, we did have our own lights, but we also wanted to incorporate as much of the natural lighting as possible. We wanted to make sure that we were still adhering to social distancing guidelines and recommendations as well. So that was really important for us to keep in mind. Instead of miking up the guests with lapel mics, we just kind of set up kind of like a boom mic situation with the tripod, tested it, made sure the audio was good. That's what our photographer is doing there. And just kind of try to maintain our distance even while on camera. You know, we were a little bit worried that maybe the mask would, quote, mask the sound, pun intended. But it actually didn't. The mask actually was okay, and it didn't cause too much interference with audio. So that's kind of just something that we had to keep in mind, especially with so many people on site at the location, just kind of viewing the interview process and you know, providing their input and things like that. Here we have one of the clients holding up some notes. That way our interviewee could easily you know, look back and forth to make sure that he's staying on point. In this case, we did have timed sessions, so each spot that we filmed would be between 3 and 4 minutes long, and so we needed to make sure that we were on time, just to make the post-production process a little bit simpler. But yeah, I mean, everything usually goes really well when we have everything planned, you know, prior to filming. You know, here I am directing from behind the camera with my photographer, just making sure that the audio and the visuals look good. And I'm just directing the interviewee, making sure that they have good and clear start cues as to when they're supposed to begin speaking on camera and things like that. And then afterwards, we move on over to another location in the same building. Here you could see one of the clients was holding up their phone to help me with the time a little bit. But yeah, our setup is pretty good. And here in this area, we were able to really utilize a lot of the natural lighting, which is really, really good. I mean, even though we have our lighting system, like I mentioned, it's just so much better if you could use natural lights. It looks so much cleaner and fresher on camera. And that's kind of just what we were going for. And then here, of course, this is our second location, you know, on site, and we're kind of just rolling through the same process. You know, everyone's kind of doing the same thing, make way for people coming through with props and things like that. In this case, we were doing a food drive, a COVID relief rather, and that way all the proceeds would go to benefit members of the local community who may be suffering through COVID. And of course, this, you know, even though we're still at work, you know, after 4 weeks of being at home, a lot of other people in the community are still at home. So that's kind of what we're promoting here in this particular segment. Just trying to help the community and make sure that everyone has food during these difficult times with things going on in the world like that. And it's really nice to have, like, you know, a mission that everyone really believes in personally, because it just makes that professional product that much better. But yeah, everything went really well. We actually ended up shooting our third segment for the day here at the same location. And then we went on to film a couple others in just a bit. Oh no, you guys are. This was like,
I know, it made us look good.
I know, this is so good. No, I mean, come on, like, it's just like,
Are you the morning person?
Yes, yeah.
So you do the morning? I know I was here, but I'll watch you.
Yeah, in the mornings. Yeah, we usually do the mornings.
Will you autograph a mask for Philip?
Oh!
You interviewed me like 3 times.
We've been, yeah, I mean,
share your Christmas
yes, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's
So
great.
I mean, it's so funny because we were at home for a while, and this is actually our first day getting interviews, going back to work. So it's been kind of crazy. now I'm just waiting on the side. It's drizzling just a little bit, but I'm waiting for our photographer. There he is, to get some B-roll. What's really cool is that he's actually using the GoPro instead of the Sony camera or the Panasonic or the other larger production cameras that he has, and that B-roll footage comes out really good. But of course, for the actual interviews that we're continuing outdoors, outside the facility, we are going back to the tripod and traditional production camera, just kind of setting everything up, making sure the boom mic and everything is good to go. And we can see in the background a lot of movement because the drive is going on while we're there, live in action in person. So it kind of just adds to the thrill of the content and the message that we're trying to portray through the spots or the commercials. So that's always really exciting. And thankfully they gave us some water, because even though it was raining, it was super hot. I mean, my hair doesn't look like it was straightened, but it was. It's just, you know, that happens sometimes. And as long as we protect the camera equipment with our gear, then, you know, everything pretty much works out. So yeah, just holding everything together and just continuing to chug along in the production, and it's going well so far. And we really enjoyed being out there and just kind of having more background and action in the background. So now we're just kind of doing the finishing touches on the few remaining spots that we have to film while on location here this morning, and then going inside, thanking everyone, letting them know how long the post-production process will be, and then we head back to the unit, pack up our equipment, and check emails, maybe await a phone call from our producer, and then we head on back to the TV station to start editing. And it was a good couple shoots that we had. All right, you guys. Woo! It is so hot. Oh, and I have marks on my face. Look at the marks I have. What the? Look at the marks I have from my mask. Wow. Okay. I am in the unit. My partner is outside getting some more B-roll. I didn't even have to wear lipstick today because, I mean, you can't even tell with the mask on. Wow. It is like so busy here. Basically what we were doing, we were at a distribution site, and we were getting a food bank who was distributing food to the community, and we were basically filming them in the process. It is like raining / drizzling outside, so it was a little bit hard. We kept moving locations because we had so many interviewees and interviews, so that was a little bit of a challenge, especially with social distancing. We had to be careful with that. But we are in the car right now. I'm waiting for my producer to call me to see if there's anything else that we are going to need prior to leaving the location. So that's that. And yeah, there's a lot of police out here making sure that we are maintaining social distancing guidelines, even when we took photos for social media, as we normally do at shoots. You know, we made sure to stand apart. We used gloves for the appropriate locations, and the National Guard is out here, and volunteers are out here, and recipients are out here receiving the food. So it's gonna be a really busy day, all day long. This is gonna carry out through Sunday as well. And yeah, I mean, even back at the TV station, there's just a lot going on. Like, people who share my mask lines. People who share offices are now no longer sharing offices. We're editing at computers like further away from each other. We're wearing gloves and masks inside when necessary. And a lot of personnel and journalists are working from home. We have like our engineers and our directors, and our master control operators and our IT people working at the station, obviously, because we need that workflow to continue on site. But a lot of our our promotions people are still there, and you know, our general manager, our administration department, our lifestyle department, with the exception of right now, our journalists in the news department, our sales department, if I said that already, they're all working from home. Like I said, prior to today, I was in quarantine for about 4 weeks, and now we are, you know, just continuing the workflow with what we need to, because the community needs to be aware about certain things going on, things that can help them, resources, and organizations that are banding together to just help people out during this difficult time. Who would have thought at the beginning of 2020 that we would be in a pandemic? I mean, I saw a really funny meme online that said, biggest joke of my life, buying a 2020 planner. But I mean, I don't see it that way. It's funny though, but I don't see it that way because I have been so busy, even at home, you know, keeping up an exercise regimen, doing my online classes for graduate school. I'm supposed to graduate this year with my master's degree. I'm continuing that. And you know, just spending time with the family, editing from home, producing from home, continuing conference calls from home, communicating with coworkers from home, stuff like that. So that's what I was doing at home. It really wasn't like, you know, boring or lonely, because I was so enthralled in my laptop and just doing the things that I needed to get done, that as a result of me not being at the TV station, you know. So that's what's been going on. At this point, you guys know, we don't know how long the lockdown is gonna last. It could vary from state to state, or it could not. It could carry through to 2021, or it could not. It could carry through to the end of summer, or it could not. And we just don't know. We thought maybe there was a little bit of chance at Easter. We thought maybe a little bit of chance May 17th or so. That's approaching in a few weeks. But for now, we just have to continue washing our hands for 20 seconds at a time. You know, they say the happy birthday song is a good song to go by. Different choruses to different songs work well. And yeah, so that's that's pretty much it. That's what we're doing. Staying at home, not going out. If you need the grocery stores, need to go to the grocery stores, stuff like that. You know, unless it's an emergency. I know I've had to go to a couple of doctor's appointments and I had to pick up some prescriptions, but for the most part, I've literally just been at home. I have not left. I have not driven my car. I have not, I don't know, gone to a grocery store, gone anywhere. You know, I've just been at home. So, that's what we're doing right now. And yeah, right now we're packing up. Oh, and that's my producer, perfect timing. So then here I'm just wrapping up a phone call with our producer. He's asking us how the shoot went, and we're just clarifying that we got everything that we need before we actually head back. But we know we did. We kind of followed the scripts and everything that we knew that we would be needing prior. Our photographer is making sure that he's confirming everything as well, making sure we still have all of our gear and safety equipment to go back to the station. And yeah, we stayed safe and we had a good shoot. So now we're back at the TV station, ready to rock and roll with editing. Okay, so I'm home now. I'm in the car. I stopped for Starbucks on the way home. Used the last of my birthday gift card that my film partner gave me. And, so good. Anyway, now I'm gonna get my stuff. And we're gonna go inside. And we're gonna change. Maybe eat something, and then I will be able to continue working. Oh, whew. I'll be able to continue working. Where are you? There you are. And then I'll show you a little bit of my work from home schedule. I can't show too much, just because where I'm quarantined is not my home. And so this is where I've been the whole time, but out of respect for the homeowners, I'm not gonna show too much. But I'll show you a little bit of how things are going here. But yeah, so for now, what we have to do is edit. I already did a Facebook Live so that the viewers are informed of what happened today and all that stuff that's upcoming and going on and all that stuff. So I did some Facebook Lives. I'll post some pictures later on social media. I need to catch up with some emails. I need to edit a little bit and text my film partner, catch up on what we have planned for the footage that we shot today. And then I need to plan out next week's schedule so we can kind of have an agenda going. Other than that, I think that is pretty much a check mark for today. Then after 5, I'll clock out of work and then I will get working on my grad school homework. So, morning guys, thanks so much for tuning in to Danielle Banda TV, and there's a lovely shot of the dumpster. I'm Danielle Banda, and today is another exciting adventure, you guys. We already showed you a little bit behind the scenes. My first day back at work from quarantine, and now I am on my second day, and I'm here in the parking lot at the TV station. I do have my mask on, and I have my protective gear, and hey, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Step 1, walk to the office. And I know I walk slow, but that's because I say hi to a lot of people on the way to unlocking my door. And then, you know, sometimes I don't have access to my doors, you know, just because of all the construction going on. So then I have to wait for someone to come and let me in. But that's only temporary. Soon everything will be back to normal and I'll have regular access and keys to my office. But it's a good chance for me to check emails and do stuff like that before people get in the office. So it's a good early start. Okay, so we're here. We actually just changed the locks on all of the offices in the building. So I am waiting for my phone partner to get here because he has the key. We haven't made copies yet. For now, I am checking my emails on my phone, just making sure that all's good to go. Hey, good morning.
Hey, he said this is the desk. That's right there in the corner.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
The drawer.
In the drawer. Let's see. So I continue talking to my photographer on the phone, and then I scroll social media for a little bit to post about what we're going to be doing for the day. That way our viewers know what the plan is. And yeah, sometimes when you're waiting, it seems like forever, but it's a good chance, like I said, to just catch up on things. I mean, you have no idea how much we do on our phones. That's why we have 4 work phones between myself and my film partner. But then once I get in the office, once people start coming in, I just get to work. Again, continuing to check my emails because so many come in. And then I talk to my phone partner and we just discuss what we did yesterday, see what pending actions are needed. He comes over to my side of the desk to get the hard drive and to make sure that we're saving everything on the hard drives. You know, that way we have backups upon backups upon backups of everything. We talk to our producer and make sure that everything is good to go for today as well. Second day back from quarantine, so cool. And then I head on over to the second office next door and I work a little bit in there, you know, just trying to avoid the construction and just continue editing. And then also after that, I have to pitch lifestyle segments, possible clients that we can approach for spots that they may want us to film and messages they may want to promote with us with the station, keeping our mask on inside to be safe at all times as much as possible, and things like that. But overall, a productive 2 days after quarantine. So exciting, and I really, really love just every part of the film process. Thank you guys so much for watching and following along with me during these 2 days post-quarantine. Follow me everywhere at Danielle Banda is where I'm at. LinkedIn, social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. I cannot wait to see you guys next time on Danielle Banda TV.